It's fascinating, people's different reaction to the same presentation. Someone walks out of my seminar and says, wow, I'm going to go change my life. Someone else walks out and says, oh, I've heard all this stuff before. Same seminar. So jot this down, one of the best notes for the day. Each person's personal philosophy is the greatest determining factor in how your life works out. Each person's personal philosophy is the greatest determining factor in how your life works out. Your economic life, your personal life, your social life, your spiritual life. All starts with the conclusions you've made in your personal philosophy. But you can't possibly live much of a good life if you don't keep learning where the dangers are so you can avoid those, and learn where the opportunities are so that you can maximize those. That's about as simple as I can put working on your personal philosophy. My father taught this philosophy to me. Do more than you get paid for. And here's what he added: to make an investment in your future. Even if you work on a job, if you do more than you get paid for, it makes you a valuable person. Valuable for promotion. Valuable for moving up. Valuable to the marketplace. By language, we can take people into the past to review mistakes. And by language, we can take people into the future to see the promise of the future. My first teacher had this extraordinary ability to do that. I showed him my paycheck and I said, this is all the company pays. That's why I'm not doing well. And he corrected me and said, no, this is all the company pays you. He said, doesn't the company pay 2, 3, 4 times this amount to other people? And I said, yes. Then he said, this is not all the company pays. This is what the company pays you. If you'll start this glorious journey of being meticulous, deliberate, and hardworking about setting your goals for the day, setting your goals for the month and the year, setting your goals for your family and yourself and your business and your colleagues. Start thinking forward. Here's what you will become: a major contributor, not only to yourself, but a major contributor to others. And that's exactly what you want. If the parents are okay, the kids are okay. Your own self-development is the best contribution you can give to your children. Not self-sacrifice, self-development and contribution. Self-sacrifice usually earns contempt. Self-development and self-investment earns respect. The best contribution to your company is your self-development. The best contribution to your husband or your wife is your personal development. To become all you can become, as wise as you can and as kind as you can and as unique as you can, that's the best contribution. Not self-sacrificing, self-development and self-investment. There's part of our head sometimes that tries to make us feel guilty if we've made a decision that's been painful, not necessarily, not just for us, but maybe even for other people. But it had to be made. So here's the key: to accept the pain, but not the guilt. Because it's not pain that destroys you, it's guilt. If you want to live this higher life of a companion, a wife, getting married, see, that now changes the dynamics of your future. It's called stepping up to a better life. You learn to provide and figure out a way to provide more than you need for yourself. You think of ways to provide enough for yourself and for someone else. Why think of someone else? Why not just think of yourself? Because that's a very limited way to live, just thinking of your own survival. If you want to live a more flourishing, unique life, you must think now of someone else. Imagine having the zest and having the wish and having the desire to create billions in wealth, not just for yourself, but for others. 350 million, nice little nest egg for your son. Somebody says, why do that? Can you think of the best answer ever? Jot this phrase down: why not? Right? What else are you going to do? Just hang in there until the bitter end? No. You must transport your children into the future. Yes, you have to take them back to review their mistakes, but don't leave them there. Now transport them into tomorrow. Transport your children into next week. Help them to see themselves 30 days from now, 90 days from now, 6 months from now. Help them to see themselves successful. It's your gift of language that can do that. Help them to have faith for themselves and faith for the future. If you want to learn to play basketball, you got to learn the fundamentals. How many fundamentals are there to the game of basketball? Just a few, 5, 6. Now here's what's interesting also about fundamentals and basics. There's no new ones. I mean, this stuff's been around for a long time. So beware of someone who says we got new truths. Say, no, truth is old. It can be, more of it can be discovered, but there's no new truths. Skills and fundamentals are like antiques. They've been around forever. To take advantage of the 21st century, learn multiple skills. Let me give you one more now. It would be useful to know more than one language. When I travel the world, I have to have translators. The only way I can speak to someone in Japan, or speak to someone in South Africa, or speak to someone in Israel, or speak to someone in Europe, most of the time, I have to have someone translate for me. Somebody has to know more than one language to translate for me. And their gift of knowing more than one language makes them uniquely valuable. There's something else now that affects us all in the marketplace that I want to deal with here, and that's called behavior in the marketplace. Not just your skills, not just your learning, not just what you know, but how you behave. Key phrase, the things that make you obviously a good person, an acceptable person, or unacceptable. First of all of us must study our marketplace as to what might be acceptable or unacceptable. I'm telling you, there's some circles, if you're late, you're not welcome anymore. You say, well, I've been late all my life, if people don't like that, that's too bad. I'm saying that's okay. You can have that attitude if you want to, but what if it cost you $100,000 a year? Wouldn't you reconsider? There's an ancient phrase that says, if 2 or 3 agree on a common purpose, nothing is impossible. If 2 or 3 agree on a common purpose, nothing is impossible. The power of 2 or 3. You don't need 2 or 3,000, but just 2 or 3 getting together, saying, let's do it. Promotion has several parts. One major part of promotion is recognition. So here's what I learned. The company will reward distributors for major steps of progress. You must learn to reward people for small steps. The company takes care of the big steps, but you've got to think of ways to reward people for just the small steps. If someone gets 5 customers this week, you've got to think of some way to acknowledge them, giving them recognition. This person in my organization was number 1 last month. Here's the next one. Be a selective listener. Don't just load up on stuff that isn't going to count. We all need a little humor, but not that much. Life is a pretty sober place. It's life or death. It's success or failure. It's flourishing or mediocrity. This is a serious matter. So, make sure that what you listen to gives you the full range, a good diet of things to listen to. Now here's the big one, to have patience with yourself. Give yourself time to learn. Give yourself time to understand good ideas. Give yourself time to make changes and then grow into those changes. Give yourself time to refine your personality to fit the business, whatever business you're engaged in. Some you may have to speak up a little stronger, and some you may have to calm down just a little bit more. Just learn to refine your personality and your temperament to suit. All of us can do that, but it takes time. Take a piece of paper, put a line down the center of the paper, and on the left side, describe the problem. So just jot that down. On the other side now of the paper is called Answers and Solutions. And now let me give you 3 questions. 3 questions that can help solve most any problem. Here are those questions. Number 1, what could I do? So just jot that down. What could I do? Then you start developing what we call working papers. And the working papers consist of making a list of the things you could do to solve this problem. What could I read? Maybe somebody spent a lifetime researching the problem you've got, and they've got some excellent answers from a lifetime of research. You will find, if you research, you will find, search and research. Here's number 3. The third question is, who could I ask? Now, under that, put this. Don't ask first now. Try to solve it yourself. Develop some working papers, what you think you might do. That still isn't it. Here's some books I've read. This guy's crazy. This guy, no answers, haven't got it. Now I ask. But if you now can show your working papers to who you ask, you can't believe how swift the answer will come. Here's why you try to solve it on your own first. You need the mental and emotional muscle. You need the discipline.